Alright, everyone, time to look at the final episode of the day, which is Taken. The scene opens with Felicity in recovery with Oliver and Curtis's boyfriend Paul attempting to venture out of the wheelchair because of Curtis's spinal embed. In any case, Felicity can't get her legs to capacity and she lurches once again into the wheelchair. Paul asks her regarding how all Curtis needed was results when he initially went to non-intrusive treatment for tendinitis. However, things require some serious energy. Oliver informs Tiana concerning Ryder's arrangement to slaughter everybody, but Ryder gathers them both to look at his arrangements happen as expected. After exercise-based recuperation, Oliver inquires as to whether she's alright. Felicity acts courageously, however she begins to deteriorate when she says she needs to stroll down the walkway on their big day. Damon turns her their delicate second and gives him a final proposal. Pull out of the mirror race by 6 p.m. on Friday, William gets it. When Damien leaves, Oliver at long last reveals to Felicity that he has a child. Back at the Arrow Cave, Felicity is naturally disturbed about Oliver concealing his child's existence. The remainder of the party show up at the cave and get filled in on Dark's final proposal. As they begin making arrangements by William, Felicity discovers that Thea, Malcolm, and Barry all think about William as well. Samantha shows up at Oliver's mayoral headquarters, cares about William's vanishing. When Samantha asks what Oliver can do to find William that the police can't, Oliver reveals to her that he's the Green Arrow. Oliver takes Samantha to the Arrow Cave and acquaints her with the remainder of the group. After Samantha apologizes to Laura for sleeping with Oliver while they were still together, the group attempts to make sense of how to cut down Dark unequivocally. Diggle recommends getting Constantine, however, he's literally in hell, so Oliver proposes bringing Maury McCabe. Maury has a mystical tone that gives her forces, and she passes by the name of Vixen. In Detroit, 3 goons escape in dread and fire into the air as they're trailed by a lot of ghosts climbing. Vixen takes out 2 goons. However, Oliver shoots a third when he sneaks up on her. Ray inquires as to whether Star City was excessively exhausting for him. However, Oliver concedes that he came to Detroit for her assistance. Oliver takes Ray back to the Arrow Cave and acquaints her with the remainder of the team. He clarifies that he and Ray had an anime experience a year ago, and have stayed in contact since. Samantha asks how Maury can discover William, and Vixen clarifies about her totem can call the soul of any creature. Mary makes one of William's flash action figures and sniffs and discovers that he's someplace in Star City. So Maria takes one of William's flash action figures anyway. Ryder shows Oliver and Tiana an opening in the massive fortification and says he could feel an early stage vitally emanating from it. Vitality. The vitality out of nowhere has one of Raider's troops, making his eyes go absolutely white. He assembles a conference with Malcolm, who's still moping about losing his hand, and the League of Assassins. Thea inquires as to whether he informed Dark concerning William. He lies and says no, and claims to be heard that Thea asked him. Mary begins her quest for William, while Oliver and Diggle show at least a bit of kindness heart about Oliver's freshly discovered parenthood. Diggle forces George concerning the past and to concentrate on discovering William. He gives him a motivational speech about protecting his kids. In the interim, Samantha reveals to Felicity that she was the person who caused Oliver to pick between spending time with his child and telling Felicity. Laurel and Quentin arranged the police search, and Laurel concedes that it stings that Oliver got another woman pregnant while they were dating. She goes on for Oliver saying they know where William is being held. Tomorrow breaks into Dark's penthouses. However, Dark reveals that he simply moved William minutes before they showed up. Dark discloses to Oliver that he can't win in a battle with him. However, Vixen surges in through a window and assaults Dark. Dark's magic gets high ground on Vixen from the outset. However, she utilizes her own capacities to crush free and battle ghosts. Dark lures Oliver through a window to get away, and in spite of the fact that Vixen gets him, she says that she abruptly can't follow William. The crew come back to Arrow Cave, where Dark calls Oliver instructs him to explain his plan for dropping out of the race. Mary says that Dark must have a hot spot for his forces, and Quentin concedes that he's seen Dark with an idol at a central station. Ryder secures Oliver with the Night Watchman. However, the Watchman lets Oliver go as Oliver's side tattoo shines. Oliver holds his question and answer session and suspends his crusade. He additionally embraces Dark's wife, Ruby Adams. The following morning, Oliver and Alex get together at their office. Alex requests clarification. However, Oliver can't come clean with him. Felicity comes in and as Alex leaves, Elvar concedes that he took care of the Williams circumstance inadequately. Maria tells the team that one of her contacts saw Dark's idol and said it should be almost a ley line, Wi-Fi with enchantment to work. Samantha additionally inquires as to why Damien hasn't returned William. Oliver trusts Maria with the information that he stressed that Damien is going to deceive him again, and Maria says that Oliver ought to consider letting William go to let him carry on with a typical life. Felicity follows Dark to a compound outside the city. However, Dark calls Oliver and says he'll meet Oliver in 3 hours at Nelson Plaza with William. Oliver approaches Samantha whether they should sit tight for Dark to convey William or attempt to take Dark and his deity out, and Samantha requests that Team Arrow bring Dark down. Team Arrow breaks into the compound, with Laurel, Oliver, and Thea facing Dark legitimately. When Dark begins power ganking Laurel, Oliver and Thea, William comes and advises Dark not to hurt them. Vixen uses his destruction to crush Dark's idol, leaving him weak and open to a beating from Oliver. The group leaves as police show up to salvage William and capture Dark. At the police headquarters, Smith hands William his Flash action figure. However, William says he needs a Green Arrow figure. In the meantime, Quentin tells Oliver and Thea that William said that it was the man with the missing hand who took William, not Dark. After the Phantom vanishes, Ryder hands Oliver an electric lamp and instructs him to enter the opening in the divider, which leads to a gigantic cavern. Outside the police office, Oliver expresses gratitude toward Marie for her assistance and reveals to him that she was appreciative that her folks gave her opportunity by giving her up for adoption, and the totem. She advises Oliver to call on the off chance that she needs anything. Thea says something to Malcolm about her job in William's disappearance. She goes to Malcolm she's tired of his falsehoods and that she wants to be her little girl. Malcolm lashes back at Thea and says that he'd preferably her be alive and despise them than dead. Oliver records a note to William clarifying that he's the Green Arrow and the reason he wasn't associated with his life. He says that he was answerable for moving him ceaselessly and that he advised his mom to give him the message on his 18th birthday celebration. After he's finished recording this, Felicity comes in and hands him back his wedding band. She says she needs space and Oliver doesn't have the foggiest idea how to depend on his accomplice for help. Notwithstanding, Oliver sees that Felicity's sleighs have begun working, and she clearly escapes her seats and starts walking right out the entryway. Aww. So anyway, let's take a look at some trivia surrounding this episode. John Constantine is mentioned to be literally in hell. However, the circumstances behind this mention are unknown. This episode marks the first live-action appearance of Maria McCabe since her animated appearance on Vixen. Megalyn, and I'm sorry for mispronouncing this. Chi Kun-wook voiced the character and reprises the role. However, knows his last encounter with Maria was animated, a punny reference to the duality of their previous heated encounter and the fact that the web series Vixen was literally an animated series. Laura and Maria are shown to know each other well, but are explained by Laura's appearance in the second season of Vixen. Damien Dark mentions that he has not seen the Ansai totem in a dog's age. It's possible he is referring to his encounter with it in the 1960s in No Country for Old Dads. Megalyn Echunwoke is billed as Megalyn E. Key in this episode. The argument that Oliver and Felicity have about William is similar to the one they had in Legends of Yesterday. However, that timeline was erased by Barry Allen as a result of time travel. This episode takes place 2 months after Legends of Yesterday, and around 2 days after the previous episode, Code of Silence. Due to Legends' intervention in 1992, Zambesi was never destroyed, and thus Marie never became a vigilante in Detroit. Therefore, the events of this episode, which including Vixen, were erased from the timeline. Interesting. So yeah, overall, I think this is a very kind of sad episode for Oliver and Felicity because, yeah, I thought things were great for them, but then Oliver told Felicity about William, and now, yeah, things are not looking good for those two. So yeah. Anyway, so overall, I give the episode Taken 5 arrowheads out of 5. Well, anyway, tune in more as we till next episode, Broken Hearts. So, until then, in the words of Oliver Queen, you have failed this city.